Yesterday was a big tear out day in remodeling our church parsonage, and I'm taking the lead in that work as the interim pastor, and looking forward to updating our church's parsonage and getting things ready when the Lord reveals to us who the new pastor is going to be, and we're looking forward to embracing that responsibility and looking forward to that reality and knowing that the Lord has the right man at the right time for his church. Well, I have entitled this one, Taking Care of Your Mother. Jesus is on the cross. The four ladies are there, and one of them being his mother in John chapter 19. We're looking at verses 23 to 25. And he says to his mother, behold thy son, as he looks at his disciple John. And then he says to John, behold your mother. And from that day forward, verse 26 tells us that he took her into his house and cared for her. Jesus on the cross, bearing the sin of the whole world, fulfilling the will of his Father, doing the work that he came to earth to do, saw an opportunity to teach us a very important lesson. And that is that children are to take care of their mother. And that's part of our responsibility. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 22 reminds us that hearken unto thy father that begat thee, and despise not thy mother when she is old. It just simply says dads are there to give you direction, give you some wisdom, and to help you understand life. Your mother provides her level of security and love and wisdom as well. But part of your responsibility is not just to listen to your dad, but to make sure you're taking care of your mom, especially when she is old. I can't help but think that in this verse, God is reminding men that you have a responsibility to teach your children to take care of your wife, to take care of their mother. And I think that that's part of what God is teaching us about the dynamic of the family. First Timothy teaches us that if you don't take care of your parents when they're old, you're worse than an unbeliever, an infidel. You need to understand that part of God's dynamic in design in taking care of the family is that children are dependent upon their parents, and their parents sacrifice to give them training in life, not just biblical training, but functional training in life, and how to mature and how to live in this world and be responsible within what God wants us to do and be in this world. But when they are old, then children sacrifice in order to take care of their parents. And I know for my siblings, we've made it very clear that my mom will never lack for anything should the Lord ever take my dad home. And that's a wonderful opportunity. It is really a privilege that children have an opportunity later in life to care for their parents and to take care of them. And we see that being shirked in a lot of areas of our culture today. We have a very self-centered group of people that do not want to be inconvenienced. They do not want to sacrifice. And really what they have done is they have forgotten how much sacrifice their parents went through for them. It's really a privilege. I would be the first one to say, not everyone gets this privilege. Some children have their parents die young. Some tragically have them taken away through an accident or something like that. And they don't have this privilege in the later years to care for their parents. And can I just remind all of the children out there, it is a privilege. It is not a duty. It is not a drudgery. It literally is a design of God that we are not to despise. We are not to look down on it. We are not to dread it. We are actually to embrace it and appreciate the privilege, the opportunity that God gives to us to take care of our parents. And it was modeled for us as Jesus is on a cross looking at his mother, looking at his beloved disciple, saying, make sure you take care of my mom. And I think that is a wonderful, wonderful reminder that part of God's design is expressing appreciation and love for our parents, specifically our mothers. And so let's not let it just be a one time a year Mother's Day thing. Don't let it be a one time or a 2 time a year thing at Mother's Day and their birthday. But let's make it a continual thing where we express appreciation and love and do not despise the privilege of taking care of our mother even when she is old. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. Hope this is a help to you and encouragement to you. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. God bless.